All right, good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone is having a good weekend so far. Now, before I get into the show, I really do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and do so. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information for my technical analysis. All right, guys, with that, it is Sunday. We are going to go over the SPY, and then we are going to give you those three stocks that are setting up real nicely to move higher going into next week. All right, with that, let's go right into the SPY. So as you know, last Friday, we did make this 52-week high in the SPY. Now what? Well, if you remember from Friday's show, I did say we are in this overbought situation. We're hitting this upper Bollinger Band. And my only concern is if on Monday, if tomorrow we start taking out Friday's low on Monday, it's a little bit of a concern because every time we hit this upper Bollinger Band right here and we ride this and then we take that low, that previous day's trading day low out, it usually means we're going to see a little bit of a pullback. So now what's key is we need to hold the lows of Friday going forward. If we don't, we will see lower pricing, probably right down to this 10 SMA or that midpoint Bollinger Band before we see any support going forward, okay? So watch those key levels, see what happens on Monday, see how we gap. If we gap higher and we start ripping higher, we don't have much trading. There's not many people who are, for a lack of a better word, stuck up above us, so there's going to be very little resistance going forward. Now, conversely, if we start gapping lower and we do take out Friday's low, watch for these key levels. First, that 10 SMA before you see any support, and then clearly this midpoint Bollinger Band right down here again for a secondary level of support. Okay, guys, that is the SPY. All right, let's go give you my Sunday's best picks. We're gonna go. Let's go from largest market cap to smallest. We're going to go with this one, Netflix. Now, Netflix does have earnings coming up here, not until the 20th, so be aware of that. This isn't going to be a play that we want to hold until then. It's only for this 1 week time period. It is setting up real nicely going into earnings. Usually these stocks do run, those FANG stocks do run going into earnings, and then who knows what happens after that. My only concern is this. I have two concerns, right? So if you take a look at this, we made this high back here in, when was that? In July, and then we made this it almost looks like a double top right here, and then we made this lower section here, and then a lower one here, right? So, but essentially we are in this massive, massive, massive trading range right through here, right? If I highlight this, all right, so, I mean, it does look like it's trending down a little bit, but, I'm not too concerned. The reason is because we're right here at this 50-day moving average. So our risk reward setup is extremely, extremely good going forward in Netflix. Now, in my opinion, this 50-day moving average has to hold, okay? So if it doesn't hold, first of all, we need to take out on Monday, Friday's high, all right? Now, if we do that, okay, then I want to get long the stock and then use this 50-day moving average as my out price right here, okay? So any close below that 50-day moving average, in my opinion, needs to be sold or do not buy the stock. If you get in it, that's our stop price, okay? That is Netflix. Second stock on my list that looks really good going into Monday, into tomorrow is FUBO. Here we go. Here's where that risk reward setup again is extremely good, extremely tight. Here we go. So take a look, guys. We had this massive, massive run where we broke out in mid-October on this parabolic rise all the way to 62.29. Now we've pulled back all the way down back to this 50-day moving average where, you would naturally see traders step in and start buying the stock. And we have, right here, we've seen some support. We're above this, virgin point of control right here. That's where the majority of shares have been traded. I always like seeing our stock price above that or near that, especially with that 50-day moving average right here. So you're seeing a lot of support coming into FUBO. So this is again where you want to, you can when we're so close to this 50-day moving average, you could buy actually right at the open unless we gap below the 50-day moving average, which happens to be at 26.37. Okay, guys. So if you see a gap below 26.37, do not buy this stock. If we see a gap right, maybe up a little bit, absolutely buy it. Okay, buy it and hold on to it, and then use this 50-day moving average right here at 26.37. Any close below that would be a sell in my opinion, and want to test some lower lows right down here. Okay, so again, watch this for tomorrow. See how it plays up. Again, any open below that 50-day moving average is a no buy. Again, any open at right at the from Friday's close would be a buy, or even a gap up, I would be a buy. Then add if it takes out Friday's high. So you do that. We're going to do this in two tranches, right? We're going to buy this at the open. We're going to buy another tranche if it takes out Friday's high, and then we'll let this run, and then use this 50-day moving average right here as our guide, as our stop. Okay, that is FUBO. Last stock on the list. This is the smallest market cap stock that we're going to highlight. But the setup looks really intriguing to me. Looks really good, and that's going to be MGIC. All right. So if you take a look at this, we had really good volume on Friday. I think that's one of the reasons why I decided to pick this one. We have the 10 above the 50, and that 50-day moving average is above the 200. And anyone who does watch the show knows that we need that really nice setup in order for us to have that bullish, good-looking chart that we want. Now, we're also above or near that 52-week high of 1687, right? So we're going to challenge this. So if we're going to have, a breakout, this double top breakout here, essentially, right? We have this top here, and then another top right here, and now we're giving this 1/3 time. Now, this will act as a little bit of resistance, right? But then once we break through that level of let's say $17, that will be our support level. So again, guys, be a buyer. At this point, you could be a buyer at any price on this one, as long as we use this 50-day moving average as our stop right down here, okay? So at 1464. So you're going to have to give this a little bit of room to run. Hopefully, we can buy this on a little bit of a pullback down here before we get in. Try to buy it obviously as cheaply as possible down near this 50-day moving average, or upon a breakout of that 52-week high, if we end up gapping higher for some reason and going, okay? That is MGIC. So quickly, I want to bring up MGIC on a few different charts to make sure to make that confirmation of our bullish thesis on it. And the 5 EMA did just cross that 13 EMA. So if you remember from previous shows, that 5 EMA has to be above that 13 EMA, and we have that going on there. And then let's check out that weekly candle and see how that is performing. Look, price is above that 9 SMA right here, so that is a bullish sign as well. Okay, guys, that is MGIC. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. I look forward to seeing you again on Monday after the close. We will give you how the overall market, how it traded, give you those 3 stocks that look technically good going into the next couple of days. All right, everyone, my name is Eric. If you like the show, please go ahead and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And if you want, share it with some friends. If you know anyone who likes to trade stocks and you want to bring them on board, go ahead and do so. I really do think they'll appreciate that too. And again, have a great weekend, and we will see you Monday after the close. And remember to trade smart and be safe.